Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into the always informative, always entertaining, the Boxing Authorities. Joining me at the desk, as always, Mr. Luther Dupree Jr., Mr. Smoking Jim Frazier, and my name is Claudio Relsano. Always a pleasure to be on the show, guys. I was asked the other day, I do a bunch of things. They said, what's your favorite thing to do? This is it right here, because these guys, so it's a lot of fun. All right, TBA News, the Boxing Authority News. Arslanbek Makhmudov came back with another win, defeats Milan Rokovikanen. Not a big opponent, but I give him credit for coming back and fighting. We've talked about it on the last show. A lot of these guys, when they lose a title shot or they lose their first fight, they disappear for a while. He came back pretty quick. Your thoughts on him? And is he a threat?
No, absolutely not.
Can you think about it for a minute, at least, Luther?
He's another overrated fighter that Jim is brought up, dug up from the soil. Listen, he fought a stiff UK guy. When I saw him against Ajib, what's his name? Ajib. Oh, what's his name?
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
But when I saw him,
he's nice. That guy.
He's nice. He won another one as well. Yeah. He can't take body
Khabib
shots. Khabib. Yeah. Kabage. But Makhmudov.
Dubus.
He can't take body shots. He's really old for the heavyweight division. I think he's just another guy. He's a journeyman type of guy. A lot of power, but I don't think his chin is very good, and he struggles with body work, not very fast. He's just a contender. Not impressed at all.
Pretender or contender?
Pretender. Pretender, like Jim.
Go ahead, Jim.
Well, that's what I like. I like guys get right back on the horse.
Fighting
you
bums.
want to stay active, keep fighting. The one thing that he was blessed with is power. He can knock anybody out at any time. He got the power. He got the amateur experience. And just keep on fighting, man. You don't know what can happen for you down the road. There's the belts are now split up. There's an IBF belt out there. I think that if given the opportunity, he has a puncher's chance against Daniel
Dubois. Dubois sleeps to him. You got to go and hit him to the body a couple times.
That's what I was going to say, and Jim hit it on the head. First of all, what do you always say? Almost every show, a man 230 pounds plus with a punch can do anything. Okay, so he's a big man, but would you agree that the strategy they have for him is wrong? You're a big man. Don't go in there and box. Go in there and try to hammer. The big guys, what happens? They lose stamina. Don't fool around. You may lose anyway. Go in there and throw a haymaker. Try to get the hell out. Win a belt. Win the fight. Get out. Would you do that if you were his trainer? Change game plan.
Listen, I think he comes out and tries to hammer guys.
You think so?
Yeah.
This guy, yeah, but
I think he tried to hammer the other guy, but I don't think he has that big one-punch power. It's an accumulative type of thing, and he's older now. He's not a young
they're
heavyweight.
all old.
Yeah, he's not a young heavyweight. He's just a contender.
Does he have a puncher's chance?
He doesn't have a big enough punch for the heavyweight division. I say no.
All right.
Well, this guy that he fought was 27-4 and 18 KOs, but he hadn't had a fight since 2022 when Big Baby
an Uber
knocked
driver.
him out.
So he's an Uber driver.
Yeah, that's who Deontay Wilder should sign up for his next fight. Right here.
You know what? To go off script before we talk about our next topic, the heavyweight division. Again, you and I say interesting. You say, are you still saying great?
Greatest
era. Greatest era.
Yo,
Okay.
Stop. You get exposed
Who
every
is-
show.
In my opinion.
You've labeled American fighters with Deontay, Big Baby Anderson. Is he the next American heavyweight title champion?
Bomb.
He has a chance. He has a chance. In this era of heavyweight, yes, he has a chance. In other eras, I would say not a chance. But in this era, he has a chance.
Is he going to get a title shot anytime soon?
He could, because you look at Fury, you look at Usyk, they're older. They're on the tail end of their career. AJ's even, toward closer to the end to the beginning. So he's right in the mix for that next to Daniel Dubois and Big Baby. He's right in there.
Let me ask you, then I'll ask you. Fury and Usyk, let's say they fight in December, okay? Then let's say Dubois. Would you say Dubois is maybe Zhang's number 3 right now. Would you say he moved up to number 3 in the heavies?
I don't think so, because Dubois, he's now the IBF title,
okay,
so they got to move.
Okay. So let's say Dubois.
So you have 3 or 4.
You have Usyk, Fury, not in order here. AJ, Dubois, and Zhang. 5. Can Big Baby get a shot next year? Do you think he'll get a title shot next year? And is he ready?
Well, I know his mom won't let him fight Richard
Oh,
Torres
come
because she wouldn't
on,
let him
man.
fight in the amateurs as well. But there's so
She's smart.
many guys. Listen, Baby got so many holes in his game. I was telling you about Wilder years ago, Luther. You didn't want to listen to me then. Maybe you'll listen now.
I never said he didn't have holes.
Well, obviously, we all see it now. But Big Baby got a lot of holes in his game, and he's a mama's boy. If he is your
Very
American
disrespectful.
hope, then even Jesse can't keep hope alive.
Oh, God.
That's an old reference.
Jesse Jackson.
Will Anderson get a title shot next year?
Next year, I think he can. I think he can because I don't know how much longer Usyk and Fury are going to fight.
His
They got
brother
another
be
fight.
paroled before he get
Oh, God.
he'd be pardoned before he get a
I think
title
towards
shot.
the end of next year, I think he can get a title shot because Dubois is still there. Because those guys are going to
Jogman's
keep fighting.
moving up. There's a bunch of guys coming up.
Yeah, he'll
A
get
lot of
title
interesting
shot.
fights.
But we
Did
got to
Andy
see if
Ru-
he's dedicated.
Did Andy Ruiz fight recently?
Andy Ruiz is
not-
about to fight. He's about to fight Big Baby Miller.
Oh,
this
that's
month.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. I know that, but I mean, did he fight recently?
No, I don't remember him fighting. Yeah.
They showed something on Facebook, but of course that's not
That could
accurate.
be old.
Who do you like in that fight, Big Baby Miller or Ruiz? Because Ruiz hasn't fought in a while.
That's what I'm saying. These guys take these long layoffs.
And Miller's a big boy.
And we don't know how big, and is Ruiz still in shape, or did he start eating a bunch of tacos or something again? We don't know what kind of shape he's in. Is he the AJ? I mean, is he going to be the Andy that beat AJ in New York, or the one who just kept eating?
And
who fought
he's
him?
getting older.
Yeah, and he's getting older. Big Baby fought against, it might come in who's in better shape, Who did more road work, Big Baby or Andy Ruiz? I can't say. I gotta see some actual footage to see who's been in better
Flip-flop.
shape.
Oh, flip-flop.
I don't know.
Pardon the pun on this one, but who do you think should be hungrier, Big Baby Miller or Ruiz?
Well, they're both hungry, but
Yeah,
I think
that's the truth.
Right now at this stage in their development, because Big Baby Miller is still coming back and getting in shape. I think that other than Muhammad Ali, I've never seen hand speed on a heavyweight like Andy Ruiz. So I would give it to Andy as far as a decision because that hand speed is something, until you're in there with him, that hand speed is unbelievable.
I'm going to ask you guys. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and then another thing with Big Baby, he lost to Danny Dubois. He's fighting Andy Ruiz. He knows if he loses this, it could be over. I don't know if I can trust.
Where are you getting
I don't trust.
information?
Listen. It could be. He was suspended for PEDs, and we don't know. He might go back down that road.
Nobody's
I
seen
see
it.
what you mean.
What he looks like.
Yeah,
Nobody.
exactly. And then he just had the incident where he was doing something with a car. I got to go Andy Ruiz,
Well,
man.
he was driving while black.
No, he wasn't. No, he was stealing.
Harlem.
He was stealing.
Now I like Big Baby Miller.
Yeah.
From day one.
I don't like any
But he's
PED
starting
cheats.
to get off of the lane. Now him coming
Get
back so
starting.
quick. Well, I know. Yeah.
What? This man has got criminal records.
I
He
know.
got PEDs all in the system.
Who do you like Ruiz
Andy
in the
Ruiz.
fight?
I'm not going with no
about you?
PED cheat.
Andy, Chris said the hand speed, Andy Ruiz.
And Big Baby just got dominated, man. That bum.
Yeah, he did good for a couple rounds.
Yes, he
I'm
did.
going with
Yes,
Big
he
Baby.
did.
You know
I
why?
love
You
me
know
some
why?
Big Baby now.
Because he's active. He's been active.
I
That's
know
the
he-
only reason why.
I know he can beat Big Baby Anderson. I know
No, Big Baby would
Miller
destroy
beat him.
that guy.
Now I think
Clean.
we're all in agreement that Don King is considered the greatest promoter of all time. Then you can,
Barlow and Bailey.
well, hey, he brought people in. You can talk about Aram and all these other guys, but Al Heyman and that group and Matchroom and all these other ones. But what about the Saudi group?
Listen.
Their
And they
cards,
pay. Unlike Don King,
Well,
they pay.
they're paying.
No, See, Jim, I told you a long time ago they were saving boxing. You said, "Oh, you're nobody."
But
no,
they're-
no.
to
I
Jim's
told
point,
you they were saving
They're all
boxing.
getting paid a lot, and I'm
Right.
glad for the fighters.
And then now this
They're not
5
getting
on
50
5.
bucks.
Now this 5 on 5 thing, and then the promoter
What is
gets
that,
an
a
extra
basketball
3.
game?
No, it was a 5 on this whole
That's Ice
Saturday.
Cube.
Ice Cube.
This Saturday, it was Frank Warren, Queensbed Promotions
uh,
against Matchroom, and Eddie
boy,
Hearn.
Eddie
He won all 5 and got an extra $3 million for his company.
Who's that?
Frank Warren. Frank Warren.
It was
So,
this group against that
against the
group.
group.
He that
But-
hard up for
but-
$3 million?
No, I'm just
It
saying
doesn't
that's
hurt.
extra.
It doesn't hurt.
I could use it.
Now, what I'm saying is, and we talked about before the show, how many times have we had a main event that we watched? The main event was good. The rest of it,
right.
oh, man.
He's
they ain't
putting
good.
great cards
They're
together.
all good.
He
right.
is a fan.
Bivol, you got Bivol, a champion.
Who's the guy? Who's the promoter over there? Turkey?
Turkey al-Sheikh.
I think he said he looked and seen our show and said, "Smoking Jim's right. This is the greatest era of heavyweight boxing ever. I'm gonna take advantage of it. 5-on-5.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Since you brought that up again, we'll kind of go off script. Name me some guys who are fighting today in this era. The Furies, the Wilders, the AJs, and Usyk, the top four. Would they have done as well?
No.
70s, 80s, and 90s. I don't think any of them beats Lennox.
None.
I don't know if they beat Tyson.
No.
Not
a
Ali,
vendor.
forget
You know,
Ali.
Lennox Lewis didn't have no chin. You mean that Lennox Lewis? That couldn't be. You mean that one?
Listen, Lennox Lewis would take these guys on and not
But
think
he
anything.
didn't have
and
to
get
brawl
caught.
with
And
them.
then
Lennox Lewis-
and what happened when he came back? He completely
I thought that was
destroyed
him.
them.
I didn't know if it was Lennox Lewis or Deontay Wilder when he went down.
stop.
Who's more
I
talented?
didn't know.
Who's more talented? I'll
At
tell you
least,
something. Lennox,
Deontay got up.
Lennox or Fury?
Lennox.
Here go Lennox trying to get up with the
Lennox
end.
Lewis is one of the greatest. He could fight.
In
For
your
me,
opinion,
any era,
There's
any
nobody,
era,
there's
any
no
era.
boxing expert, including you two, that got Lennox Lewis anywhere near the top 5 greatest.
Larry
of all
Merchant
time.
just did last week.
I'm talking about you two. Larry Merchant?
Yes.
Oh, he's slipping. That's why they fired him. He's
stop,
slipping. When he got
Stop, Jim.
Alzheimer's, he's trying to get back on TV. He's trying to get Lennox's job. Listen, has anybody ever put Lennox Lewis in the top 5 all time? Question is no.
I would say so.
Come on.
would
Top
say
5
so.
all time?
The
I
guys
got
always
him in
get
the top
mentioned are
10.
Muhammad Marciano, Larry Holmes gets in
Lennox
there.
never gets mentioned.
Oh, I think
Not
he
top
does.
5?
Tyson gets in there. Yeah.
Has anybody ever say Lennox Lewis is the greatest of all time?
Maybe
No.
not the greatest.
Maybe
Thank
not the
you.
greatest.
Thank
But
you.
he was a big
But
boy.
there's a lot of people that say Tyson Fury is the greatest of
Who?
all time.
I've
Not
never
it.
heard that.
Right here. You heard it here.
I've heard a couple people
Thank
say
you.
it. and
The Tyson Fury's the greatest?
Yes.
I've heard Jim, and I think I heard Shakur Stevenson say it. That's
Thank
it.
you.
Those are
Thank
only
you.
two
Two
that I've
experts.
heard. No, that
I don't know
have no
about that.
clue.
Somebody who I'm worried about is, to borrow Jim Frazier's comments, Ryan Garcia. He
disgrace
came
to
up with
boxing.
the PEDs, but not only that, I don't like one thing to promote the fight. Okay, I'm fine with that. But some of the comments and some of the way he behaves, I think it's detrimental to his career and maybe life. I don't know. Your thoughts on where Ryan Garcia is heading?
Well, listen, man. Ryan Garcia is the classic PED cheat. He's just an internet star. He doesn't really care about the sport. He didn't care about
But he's
making
got
weight.
some skills, though, Lou.
Does he really? He has fast hands,
Well,
and
that's good.
and has some power. But is it all legitimate? Or is
Maybe
it
not the power,
no. Or is it PED
Yes,
accelerated?
yes.
And he's about to be suspended by the NISAC because he cheated Devin Haney. I don't like his antics before the fight. He's talking about kids, lying about being tied to a tree and all this other weird stuff. Pharmaceutical companies are suing him now. The man's not rap tight.
Right.
When he said he had mental health issues, I thought it was just a cop-out. No, it looks like it's
he ain't
true.
lying.
You know, it looked like he had a little roid rage into him going into the fight.
I like that he didn't care.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
the P, they caught me. So what?
Yeah, and all the excuses. One, I didn't use it. I don't use substances. And then he has all these supplemental companies that he says, and they keep coming back and saying it's not in our system. He's getting sued by Prime. He's just all over the place. The man needs some help. I don't know if the boxing ring is good for him. Probably a mental institution is probably better for him right at this point.
But he's gonna need the money or it's gonna make things
all
worse.
the talent in the world, but he doesn't have it up here. That's why he's never fought for a championship. Another L for Jim. You said he was the next Sugar Ray Leonard. He's looking more like the next AB or even worse, Jim.
Would you agree? You mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard, and I say,
Oh, God.
Sugar Ray Leonard
That might have been the worst statement you ever made. Jim.
was unbelievable. Some people, and me included, could. If you told me Sugar Ray Leonard was the greatest fighter of all time, pound for pound, I wouldn't say no. But the thing about SugarRay was mentally, even though he had some issues, he admitted he
Everybody
had some
has
issues.
issues.
Everybody has
Everybody has
issues.
issues.
But I don't know who pulled the stunts that Garcia is. The way he's
He's a
doing it.
disgrace.
Your thoughts on
And a
that?
quitter.
Is he done? Do you think he can come back from this?
First of all, let's let it play out, number one. He said he didn't do it. Number two, you're not a doctor, Luther, because I know that because you went to a traditionally black college. And Howard don't produce doctors. They produce
more doctors.
Howard,
Stop.
Howard,
You're
let me
not gonna
finish.
know. You're
Howard
not gonna
produces
disrespect
P.
my
Diddy.
school.
Did you go to school with P. Diddy? Was he there with you? Was Dr. P. Diddy there with you at Howard? Hey, listen, first of all, like I said, Garcia said he didn't do it.
He lied.
Sugar Ray Leonard was so great. I see it talent-wise. Fast hands, that hook, but from the neck up, no. And he got a yellow streak down the middle of his back. Sugar Ray didn't develop that till late in his career.
Oh, he never, Jim, stop.
Till late.
Here he goes slandering.
When Camacho beat him, there was some yellow there.
He was
always
old.
goes in
That's
there.
what I said,
When
late
these
in his
guys are
career.
old.
Late in his career. Sugar Ray, number one, could never be the greatest pound for pound because Canelo was better. And Sugar
stop.
Ray,
It blew him out of the water.
Robinson
Blew
was
him out of the
much
water.
better.
Nope, I
So,
disagree.
but Sugar Ray Leonard got to be
Canelo outta
top
here.
5 pound for pound of all time. Maybe Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray battling for number 5.
I don't agree with that either.
But Sugar Ray wanted it. He wanted it bad in the first Duran fight. Duran beat the heck out of him. But
he
it
fought
would
the wrong
beat him.
fight.
It would beat him every day of the
No,
week.
no.
Panama
No
or
mas.
Maryland.
2 words.
Or
No
Howard
mas.
University.
No
And there was
mas.
no,
No
Durant was
mas.
fine that fight. He was fine that fight.
Who won the first Sugar Ray fight?
It wasn't a blowout, but Durant. But wait a minute. Wait, let me ask you this.
I know one thing. He didn't quit. He didn't quit. He didn't say no mas.
Did he?
No
he
more.
fought
He
Durant's
kept
fight,
fighting.
and it still wasn't a blowout. He fought Durant's fight, and it was not a blowout.
Did he lose? Did he get beat?
It was his
Did
fault.
Durant
He
talk
messed
about
up.
his wife?
What happened the next time they fight?
Not even close.
Not even close.
even
No mas.
Is Ryan Garcia? You think he's going to ever win a belt?
Will you admit that you were wrong
Listen.
about Ryan Garcia?
Listen, Ryan Garcia got a yellow streak down the middle of his
That's
back.
part
and
of
something
boxing.
next
That
up.
you,
didn't
should, you
see
can't
it.
have
Talent-wise.
it. You can't have it. Nope.
And I
Well,
know, Luther, you don't like Mexicans, so you're
Now,
not
Jim,
going to give
stop
him
saying
his fair
that, man.
deal.
Stop
You
saying
you're
that.
not going to give him his fair deal.
You won't give
but
the
the
Mexican
guy got
monster his
great
fair
hand
deal.
speed. He
Yeah,
got a lot of
he said
amateur
that.
experience, and that hook is something. It's Tommy Morrison. Like.
how many great athletes
stop.
have you seen? How many? Not with the power, but how many great athletes have you seen not go from point A to point B?
98%.
They don't have it up here.
98%.
But there's guys with a lot less talent that make it because.
Well, yeah, like
they have-
Hagler,
they
a lot
have-
less talent.
Okay,
Hagler,
all right, but he
lot
made
less
it.
Talent.
But he made
in
it.
the weak middleweight division.
Hagler was tough. He
Where
fought.
he pulled the bully pulpit where he would pull guys 3 weight
Jim,
classes
Jim,
up to fight.
The CTE is setting
I
back
know.
in, Jim.
Bully pulpit.
Listen, another thing
Like I
about
said,
Ryan.
Hagler didn't have the talent. You guys agree?
Nah, he wasn't talented as far
He
as
got
like a Sugar
everything
Ray,
out of his
but
talent.
he could hit.
He got
was
everything
How
out
do
of
you
his
do at
ability.
168 or 175?
He was never at 175.
Yeah, he never moved up. He just stayed
That's
at
not him.
160
What?
and pulled everybody up.
He knew what
Back
he was
then, there
great
was
at
only
and
middleweight.
dominated.
Middleweight. He
You gonna be like Jake
he
LaMotta?
fought in the Deontay Wilder era of middleweights. There wasn't no good
Mugabe
middleweights.
was tough. James
Mugabe
Lee
was
kicked-
154. He pulled him up. Mugabe was
They were all
Guys,
middleweights.
come on, man.
No,
Jim.
Hagler moved
No,
up. Hagler moved up to Sugar Ray when they were 168.
Who?
Or no, that was against the law. Yeah.
No, Hagler never moved off of 160.
Okay, that was
Yeah,
him.
Sugar
Why
Ray
should he?
moved up. Canelo moved up about 100 pounds.
Jim,
but Hagler never
That's
moved.
what he done. And
He
done-
grabbed
You
down.
can't criticize
He
him.
dominated
He grabbed
it.
down.
He
LaMotta
dominated
said,
it.
Jake LaMotta said,
If
I'll never be heavyweight champ. That's not who you are.
Inoue was, he would have gave Inoue a contract about right
Oh,
now.
stop,
Hagler.
man.
What about Canelo? Look at the people he picks
But
up.
he moved up 100
still-
pounds.
he
That's
still
different.
against
slagged
the
He
right
moved
people.
up.
Against the right people.
Yeah. Former 22
Listen,
world.
he just dragged
22
Charler up 2 weight classes.
22 world champ, former world
Oh,
champion.
Jim, we're not listening.
Who had a
We're
better
not
career,
talking
Hagler or Canelo? If they stop right now,
Hagler.
who's going to get more respect?
Name 5
Hagler.
people that Hagler beat. Name 5
Mugabe,
people.
Kitchen,
No, I'm talking about him.
Hearns.
No, I'm talking about 5 middleweights.
Listen, I'm not- we're
No,
not-
no,
we're
you
not
don't
gonna-
know.
we're
Name
not
me
gonna
5.
we're not gonna
We'll
disagree.
take away
We're not-
Antifermo.
listen, we're
Name
talking
5
about Ryan
middleweights that
Garcia.
he
I'm
beat.
not
Name me
talking
5
about
middleweights
I'm
he
not
beat.
talking about
And he
Hagler.
had 3
Hagler's
losses.
done. We're
and
talking
a
about
draw.
we're talking about you saying Ryan Garcia was the next Sugar Ray Leonard, and that's another
Yeah, I
L
was
for
wrong.
you.
I said when he showed no.
That's
he
what
showed
we're
he
talking
was
about.
yellow
You always want to
against
move
Tank.
the goalposts.
I can change my mind.
No, you
if
can
they
move
vote for a
you can
reason.
move the goalposts. Is
I
what
don't
you're doing.
throw them away like you do after a loss. You
Josh
move them
did.
up fast. You ain't talk empty
You
in a
moved him
while.
up to Sugar Ray Leonard. What are you talking about?
said before
After he
the
beat
tag
nobody.
fight.
After he beat nobody. We saw this man quit. We saw this man cheat. We saw this man do everything. Lie
Before the
about
tag
fights.
fight?
We saw him pull. Yes, he lied about fighting Pacquiao. He lied about fighting this guy. He was a pullout
Lord,
king.
you just
Remember, I
hate
called him the
Mexicans.
pullout king.
A Mexican can't do
no,
nothing
I don't,
for you.
I don't like Ryan
Taco
Garcia.
roll. You say he do the taco roll.
I don't like
You
Ryan
just don't
Garcia
like it.
because he cheats,
He's not
he
doing
lies,
himself
and
any
he
favors.
quits.
He could be a major
No, he
star.
couldn't.
Not from the neck-up.
No,
He's
got
something's
some
wrong with
physical
that
talent.
boy.
He's got
And
some
he's a
physical
good-looking
talent.
guy. He can go in there.
All that
here
stuff.
go Jim.
But again, he starts
You
with
got
the
to start saying
craziness
no Diddy when you say that,
and the
Jim.
swearing every
Talking
5 minutes,
about
which I
looks.
know you don't like it. I know you don't like it when they just swear constantly. He's just trying to come up
I
with
don't
an
like that.
attitude or a
Yeah, but
persona.
you like
and it's
Garcia.
not good.
He'll
It's
talk
not
about
good.
go out the next minute. He's talking
I know,
about
I
doing
know.
something to
I
somebody's
like
wife.
his
I know.
talent. The talent, Lou. I like. It's
Well,
like
do we know he
it's
has
like
talent?
somebody that
We don't
slam
know.
dunks. You gotta like the talent.
Listen, who has he beat? He lost the tank and quit. He fought Devin Haney and had to use all kind of PEDs.
But
We
Claudio
don't know how
said
good
Devin
he
was
is.
gonna finish his career undefeated. He
Well,
beat it. He beat
Claudio,
it.
Claudio said about 10 guys by now. So there's still 9 left on Claudio's
There's
list.
9 left. All right. Unfortunately or fortunately, the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight has been canceled.
Cancel it for good.
I don't think it's going to get canceled.
It's
because
not,
It's a
but this-
moneymaker, I guess.
It's a
But it's on
moneymaker.
Netflix.
But
I
this
don't
man is having medical issues on airplanes. There's all kind of stuff
they
going on
say.
with Mike Tyson, man.
they
He's,
say.
Mike Tyson is. It's like you guys stepping in the ring with
Oh, I don't
Jake
know
Paul.
about that.
Come
Are
on,
you
man.
serious? You don't think Tyson would have demolished him?
He's an older dude now, man.
If you were betting, you'd bet Jake Paul over Mike Tyson.
This man is having all kind of medical issues.
He's not going to dance for 12 rounds.
He
He's
might
gonna
get
go
in
in
the
there and bust
first
him up.
round and get hit and something goes wrong. I don't want to see the fight. I'm starting to
Jake
get
Paul
worried.
fought one fighter and he lost.
Listen,
Mike Tyson would move his liver from one side to the other.
If he's healthy. They had to cancel the
he's
fight. They had to
60%,
stop a plane because we don't know.
So-called
We don't know how
also
healthy he
player.
is.
Yeah, how do you get all
You
the,
like this fight? You really like this fight?
Well,
No.
Well, first of all,
I wish you would fight an old dude like him, not a
first
guy
of
in his
all-
prime.
I don't wanna-
First of all,
I don't
and
wanna
to
see
me-
this.
To me, it sounds like the Ryan Clark sickle cell in Denver. You know what I mean? I've never
He
heard
almost-
of an ulcer
Jim, he
flare.
almost died, man. Come on,
I've
man.
never heard of an ulcer flare. You stop the fight. First of all, I see Mike Tyson in his prime get knocked out by Kevin McBride.
That
And
wasn't
I
his
he was
prime.
not in his
He was
prime.
not in his prime.
Also seen Danny
He
Williams.
was not.
That's-
he was
I
not in
said
his prime.
That's-
before.
Oh,
I
stop,
said
Jim.
before
He was not.
that Jake Paul would knock Tyson out in
Oh.
2 rounds. But if they fought in Tyson's prime, he would get him in 6.
Are you being
Jake
serious?
Paul would get him in
Jim,
6.
You being serious?
Jim, come on, man.
Wait,
you hit your head
wait,
in the
wait, wait,
bathroom.
wait,
Stop,
the
Jim.
prime- Mike Tyson-
Jake Paul could beat Kevin McBride, who knocked Tyson out, and Danny
You
Williams.
can't do that. No.
Jake
Hold
Paul
on,
just
hold on.
lost to Fury's little
Mike
brother.
Tyson.
But
Mike
he didn't
Tyson,
lose
his
to, and he
prime-
didn't lose to Kevin McBride.
Kevin
that was a
McBride
different.
would
Why is
beat
it with
Fury.
Sugar Ray, Muhammad, and everybody? You based their whole career. When Jones fought Ruddock a couple weeks ago for
did
$1,500,
20
you're gonna
years
base-
later, Tyson's better than he was against Kevin McBride and
up
Danny
here,
Williams.
up here, yes.
Why? Because of the hoochie you've been smoking?
Luther, to me, Mike Tyson's prime is against Michael Spinks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Not against Kevin McBride.
No.
I know you know
only
that.
Jim,
He's a little past his
only
prime,
Jim
but-
goes to the very tail end. Look at that
All the
guy
time.
when the Ali
when is
fought
he now?
home.
He's
Hey, did you
58
hear
years
Ruddock,
old.
Razor Ruddock fought James Toney for $1,500? Both of them got $1,500.
That's sad.
Razor Ruddock?
Yeah, about a
That's
month ago,
sad,
2 months
man.
ago, whatever
Oof.
it was. No, more than that.
Who's
It was
Razor
before
Ruddock?
November. Razor Ruddock, you know who he is?
He fought
the guy
Mike
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson. Tyson
Razor
hit like a
Ruddock?
donkey. Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah.
Wow, they fought each other.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
1,500.
Yeah, but
Wow,
Mike-
who got the winner? Le'Veon Bell?
Oh, I take Bell.
Stop.
But I tell you, in my opinion, I don't like the fight. I was surprised that they're going to sanction it. But in all honesty, Mike Tyson would have destroyed. It'd have killed him in his prime. It wouldn't have been close.
don't know
But
what-
even now, He lands a shot, Jim. It's over for Jake Paul.
Maybe the money wasn't right. Maybe the promoter was Antonio Brown.
Oh, stop.
Who knows?
Remember.
Something ain't right. No, you're right. In boxing, these guys always get hurt.
Remember Tyson said he would never fight for Triller again. Remember the Roy
Right.
Jones,
Yeah,
Tyson
they stole
Fury?
money.
All those guys, they didn't get paid right. Roy Jones and Tyson. And that's where Jake Paul started, where he knocked out Nate Robinson.
Well, you know who's Jake Paul gonna fight now?
Who?
He's fighting his brother Logan Paul. So
No.
he signed. Yeah.
Wait,
He signed.
when?
He's fighting that on the same night. He's
On
fighting.
the Netflix
Really?
story.
Yeah,
No,
he's
Jim,
fighting
they
his brother Logan
postponed it.
Paul. No,
If it's
I'm telling
true, I don't care.
yeah, he's fighting his brother.
Do you?
Is it
And
gonna-
now
is it gonna be-
begs the
is it-
difference.
is it gonna be a
I've
box-
always said that Klitschko should have fought, and I always say that who's some brothers that wear green here and red here?
Charlos?
The Charlos
Charlos.
should have fought. They don't even like each
Listen,
other. At least Logan and Jake
Paul's
like each
been
other.
wrestling. Is this going to be a wrestling match or
No,
a boxing
it's
match?
going to be just with.
This
he-
was a
he just
farce
went-
to
was
begin
gonna be
with
Mike
when
Tyson
they were
was.
talking about a tag team boxing match. Good. If you're going to fight.
Who'd you get that from, Doug?
Am I right, though? Didn't they? Maybe Doug did say something about that. The Tysons wear balloon gloves. It's been a joke since the beginning. But
I
then
don't
they
like the
tightened it
fight.
up, and they said it was going to be a real fight, and all of a sudden it's off. If they did fight,
Cancel the whole thing, man.
You
I
know
don't-
Jake Paul's from Cleveland. He from Cleveland. Them Paul brothers is tough, man.
not
he would've-
against.
No,
not
no,
against
you like them from Ohio, but you don't like Big Baby from Ohio.
Big Baby ain't from Ohio.
Where's he from, Jim?
That's right.
He lives in
is.
Houston.
That's
He's
right.
from
I
Ohio.
He's
forgot.
from Ohio,
You're
Jim.
right. Yeah, you
Yeah,
right.
oh, I forgot. Big Baby Anderson's black, so that's why you don't like him. I forgot.
It doesn't help.
It doesn't.
It doesn't help. All right. When we come back, June fights. The rest of the way for June fights when we come back to the boxing authorities. Welcome back to the boxing authorities. June fights. Let's start off with Stephen Butler against Patrice Volney for the middleweight.
Is that
on
another
ESPN.
Thursday night ESPN fight? Oh,
I
God.
thought you liked Butler. That's why I included this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But these Thursday night fights are not very good. I guess I'll go with Butler. You know, we'll see what happens. I just don't like the Thursday night fights.
Really? Did you like Tuesday night fights?
I did
My
like
dad
Tuesday
always
night
liked
because it was a better card. These
Always
cards on
good cards,
Thursdays, you know, they're not very good. It's usually a guy you heard of and a guy that looked like they just got out of an Uber car. So I'll go Steve Butler.
Mr. Frazier.
Well, Butler's either going to knock you out or get knocked out. His 4 losses all ended in knockouts. And, you know, this is an active guy. He's not that old. I think he's only 28 or 29 years old. He's fighting a guy that's 18-1 with 12 KOs. So I'm happy when we can get, you know, free fights on ESPN. I'm happy.
I like that, but like Luther said, you know, I'll go with Butler. I liked him more before than I do now. The more I see him, the less I like him. Okay, on the 15th, Tank Davis versus a guy you, again, liked from the beginning, Frank Martin for the WBA lightweight championship. Your thoughts on that fight?
Listen, I like both of these guys. Tank Davis has been in the news. He's been arguing with everybody from Devin Haney, who he hates. He's been going at it with Clarissa Shields, which I don't understand.
I don't get that one, yeah.
Tank Davis, Floyd and him have been going at it. So I don't know how focused he is on Frank Martin. If Martin, you know, can land and do some things, I think he can make it a fight. But I just think Tank Davis has a little too much experience, a little too much explosiveness for him. That life-threatening uppercut by Tank Davis, I think, can stop him later on in the fight, maybe around the 10th round. But Frank Martin will make a good showing. It might be a Fight of the Year candidate until he gets caught by that uppercut.
Who you
Tank,
saying? 'Cause you
Tank
call that
Davis.
flip-flopping.
Can you understand? I said Tank Davis with a
right, Mr.
life-threatening
Butter- all right, Mr.
uppercut.
Butterworth.
I said Tank Davis with a life-threatening uppercut in the 10th round.
Jim, whenever you have to say about the opponent or about the one guy, well, he's got some other issues, and if he doesn't get over those issues, he may lose. In other words, Tank Davis is much more talented than Frank Martin. Frank Martin is serious. He's a professional fighter, and he does things right. But they're hoping that Tank is, distracted. And hope is not a strategy. You know what I'm saying? Usually talent wins out. I think Tank's got too much talent for Frank Martin, although Martin, I think, will look good.
Well, again, I call Tank Davis crime time.
Oh,
and
there
I'm
you
glad
go.
for boxing because boxing probably saved him from prison. Listen,
he
I'm
was
all
a
for getting him off the street. But hey,
come on,
listen,
Jim.
this is a generational talent in Tank Martin. You guys,
Tank Davis.
But you guys, if you go back and watch the tape, I see it in Frank Martin's last fight where the guy beat the heck out of him. I had 8-4. The television judges had it 7-5 against the Ghost. I said it was the worst beating I've seen since 1971.
That's why you need your
Frazier
glasses
Ali,
on.
when Frazier needed 3 months in the hospital. And I said then, and you went against me, I said Frank Martin should take 8 months off to let his organs and stuff heal up. And he took off a year. So he listened to me. He must have been beat up pretty bad. That's what I seen. He took off a year. Now he's back. I don't know if he'll ever be the same. Joe Frazier was never the same after 71. When all
I don't think he took
And
that big of a beating.
And I don't think
But-
Muhammad Ali was the same.
Did they, after
that
Usyk
Frazier fight.
Fury, they were both suspended because they took so many shots. Was Martin suspended after that?
I don't
last
think
fight?
so, and I don't think Martin hit the canvas.
Well, he
But
took a year off. He took a year off.
they all
like
do.
They all do. Listen,
At this weight?
yes, a
They
lot of
took
those
a
guys, a lot of the PBC fighters have taken those long layoffs.
well.
But he didn't hit the canvas, Jim.
Well, he took a beating.
But
Joe
he put-
Frazier didn't hit
he-
the canvas either until he laid in the hospital bed for 3 months.
That's-
you call that what you call that?
That was
a
heavy,
cut?
That was heavyweight boxing. He didn't take
Oh, that
shots
was
like
heavyweight
that.
boxing.
You know, and he put the guy down. So maybe that guy had to go to the hospital.
Well, I
it
had
was,
it
it was a tough
8-4. I had it 8-4.
And you had it wrong.
For the
And
other
the
guy-
TV announcer had it 7-5
And I had it-
against.
And I had it 7-5 for Frank Martin
Well,
with a
you're not a
knockdown.
judge.
And neither are you. And I was right and you were wrong.
But he took a year off, like I suggested, and I'm not sure if he's still right.
David Ben, well, you know, these guys, we forget they're human. Again, I'll repeat, they get in these wars, you only have so many left. And we can see it right in front of our eyes. One time I'll never forget when Bo fought Galata, the first time. After that first fight, I'll never forget my dad said, when they interviewed Bo, he said, is he slurring his words after that
He took
fight?
some punishment.
After that fight. And before the fight, he was joking around, clowning around. You don't know. But
Galata
David,
punished him, you know, upstairs and downstairs.
Downstairs.
I'm glad he was able to.
he was never the same
reproduce
again.
after that
he
fight.
was now again. The Holyfield fight took a lot out of him. The fights took a lot out of him. But the Galata fights finished him off. He was never the same again.
He had some tough times, man.
Yeah.
At that
Well,
Riddick
them
Bowe.
10 losses and 2 draws took a lot out of Holyfield.
They
Listen,
did,
and
They
that
did.
was a great
He
era
had
of heavyweight
18
boxing.
kids? What, 18 kids?
Jim, come on, man.
That took a lot out of him.
He might almost be up with you, Jim.
David Benavidez is fighting Alexander Gvozdyk. He is 28-0 with 24 knockouts, and Alexander is 21-16 knockouts. I don't like this fight. I think it's
Ooh.
just a tune-up fight.
Anytime the Mexican monster
Oh,
fights,
well,
it's
but I'd
big
like
news.
to see him fight a better opponent.
Well, this guy's 20-1. He fought for a world title before. and he's
Benavidez
mo-
will
and he's-
knock him out within 6.
Hey, Benavidez knocks out everybody within 6 because he's that good. Listen, this is a great fight, a step-up fight, 175.
Step up for.
I mean, he's stepping up in weight.
Oh, okay.
You know, since Canelo, Smoking
That is
Jim's
bad.
boy, continues
That's
to duck
bad.
him.
He
This is
never got that
175.
fight.
This is
That's
175.
a shame
He's
he
supposed
never
to
fought
happen.
Canelo.
That's his natural weight.
Would you be okay if Canelo fought him at 175?
Pardon me?
Canelo will never fight him at
Pardon me?
175.
Would you be okay if Canelo fought Benavidez at 175?
Why should he? He don't have to fight.
Canelo,
Benavidez.
this you
He's
talk about
already
a
fought-
yellow. You talk
Wait,
about a
wait,
yellow
Where
streak.
should he fight Benavidez? Ever? Never?
Pardon me?
You never want him to fight Benavidez.
Well, he didn't. He fought the people that deserve
He's a
the
Canelo
shot.
fanboy. See, now that's a yellow streak. When you say you won't fight a guy unless you get $200 million, that
know
might
you're
be
not
the
gonna get
biggest.
200
That
that's
might
what
be the
Flo- That's
biggest
what
duck.
Floyd used to say all the time.
But he got it.
That's what Floyd used to say.
He
all
was
the
a
time.
draw. He got it.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have red
When,
hair.
when he 200 million for one fight, 200 million,
Not
he never
200,
said that.
no.
He said that for one fight
Yeah, he
against David Benavidez. That's an ultimate duck. But going back to the guy who has Canelo running scared, David Benavidez is about to take over the 175 division.
We'll see.
He sparred Bivol before. Him and Beterbiev will be a great fight if Beterbiev can get healthy. I like it. I think he could become undisputed up there. Since Canelo won't duck him, go
He
ahead and
can
get
beat
175.
Beterbiev.
Yes. Yes, he can. Beterbiev is getting older. He's getting injured. And David Benavidez is going to put some heat.
And he doesn't move a
And he
lot.
has the speed.
And Benavidez can hit.
And Benavidez
Benavidez.
has
Better
speed.
behave.
No,
but he's
but
faster.
he's more stationary. Benavidez can move a little bit
No, he
better.
can't.
I think styles
And,
make
and
fights.
look,
No,
look.
he can't.
Beterbiev has been getting
Can he
hit
move better
more and
than
more.
Beterbiev?
Yes. Benavidez is going to throw a lot of punches, and he has more power than like a Bivol.
Two-part question to both of you. Did the fact that Canelo never fought Benavidez hurt boxing? And number two, would you rather see Canelo Benavidez or Beterbiev Benavidez?
It definitely hurt boxing.
No, it didn't.
It definitely hurt boxing because you
I
could
agree.
have two Mexican superstars going at it. They should have gone Cinco de Mayo. That would have been
You could
huge
have that
for the
in
sport.
Cancun. You got that in
No,
Cancun.
that would have been huge. Instead, he fought Jaime Munguia. That was
Yeah,
a terrible.
yeah,
that was
he
a
deserved
terrible
it.
option. No,
He deserved it.
Benavidez.
More
He
than
didn't deserve
Benavidez
it.
did?
Well, first of all, I said before, and I'll say it again, I would never fight Benavidez at 168 because I'm not going to train and put my
man.
life on the line for somebody that I don't know who
What do you
can
mean
make
life?
weight.
He's
I don't know if he can make, because when
he's
you
made
train.
weight.
One time. Once or
One
twice.
time he missed weight. One time, and
Well,
that was during
he
the
lost his
pandemic.
title
For this kind of
It was
money?
during the
He lost his
pandemic.
title
Jim,
twice.
stop. Just
He
say you're
lost his
scared.
title
In this
twice.
kind
Jim,
of
just
fight,
say you're
this
scared
kind of
that
money,
Canelo might
I
get
don't
knocked
I don't
out.
think you have to worry about Benavidez making weight.
At 175?
68. For that fight, for that money,
Well,
he'd have made it.
Look, and let me
He
say,
lost- he threw his title on the. He threw his title belt in the garbage twice.
look.
Because he couldn't make
He
weight
didn't throw
on
it.
either scale.
No, that's not true.
On
One
either
was
scale.
because he tested positive for cocaine. One
And
was because
how you weigh that?
I was like that. And one was because of weight. Listen, Coward Nello, as I call him, has done a disservice to boxing by not making
22
this
world
fight.
champions,
Period.
a many
Period.
undefeated
I'll say
fighters.
this. I'll say that him and his management team picked the right people at
And
the
Name
right
me
time.
6 people that Benavidez fought. 6. Give
Listen,
me 6.
listen,
Give me 6.
listen, I don't
I'll
have
give
to
you
give you
Plant.
six. Plant,
I'll give you Plant and that crazy
Andrade,
night. That's 2. That's it.
Darrell,
Who nobody wanted to
Andre
fight
Darrell.
Andrade. Nobody
Okay,
wanted
wanted to
that's
fight.
3. Who
Listen,
else?
we're
Who
not
else?
going- we're
Give
not
me 2
going through
more.
the- we're not
Canelo
going-
fought the
that's all
22
you-
world champion.
That's all you need.
Give
He's
me
number
no.
one.
He
and he's
fought
a
fucking
former
bum,
champ.
and he
The
fighting.
point is,
You know this guy been off 4 years. Said he's fighting now. He's been off 4
Okay,
years.
'cause people are
Another
still-
bum.
people
But
are
like you
scared.
say, though,
20 and
acting-
0. 20 and 1 is not a bum.
Listen, who?
Benavidez.
But he fought a lot of bums. You look at his
Jim,
resume.
you call everybody
his
a bum.
Well,
Stop.
people understand
Jim, you call
that.
you
People
call-
understand
you
that
call world
more than
champions
you,
a
than
bum.
that Urban Dictionary to cap. That's called lying. When black folks say quit the cap, that means lying.
Oh, you
they
got your- you
understand
got your Urban
bums.
Dictionary out?
Somebody taught me that. I'm like, how does that mean? Lying.
Listen, as I told you before, Coward Nello, and
You're
Joey
an urban
Fights David-
leader.
Coward Nello. I said he was going to fight Jaime Munguia, and now he's going to fight Edgar Berlanga. It's a disgrace to boxing
Is
the
he?
way he's moving. Yeah, that's going to be next. He didn't announce it
Well,
yet.
you said it before.
I
he-
told
right.
you, I
that
told
he
you
was
before
fighting-
that he was fighting Jaime Munguia, and now I'm telling
No,
you he's
you
going to
said
fight
he was
Berlanga.
fighting Belonga before.
I said it was going to be Jaime Munguia and then Berlanga. Those are the two I said.
He's been right. He's been calling this way ahead of time. You got to
Because-
give him credit on
listen,
that.
you got to see
I
how
just
these
don't like the way
cowards
the
think.
career is going. He's picking name fighters that
That are
had
small.
belts,
He's gonna-
making money.
small dudes
Right.
that are
He's the
limited.
one. You say Hagler.
But you can't
wait a
name
minute.
5
Wait a
guys that
minute.
David
You said
Benavidez
Hagler
fought.
was bringing guys up.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
Canelo
bully
doing?
pulpit.
Slide these
Canelo
dudes
doing?
up.
Canelo
Am
went
I right or
from-
wrong? Is
Canelo went
Munguia
from
was dragged up.
135 to
Is Canelo doing
heavyweight.
that?
You're absolutely right,
Did
Claudio.
Hagler ever move up from
Jim,
160?
you won't take your
No.
L. You'll take your L with anybody except Canelo.
Canelo
Well,
said he was
he-
going to move up.
Huh?
Hagler
Who?
never said he was going to move up.
What?
Hagler never said he was going to.
No, he said, I'll grab Inoue. I'll grab Inoue and pull him up.
He just proved that he was going to be the best middleweight of all time, and that's what he
In
did.
a weak era.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's like
The best.
Deontay Wilder thought he was the best till he moved into another era.
Oh, Jim, he didn't move.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
Roy Jones.
Couple more fights.
43 W's, Hall of Fame.
Adrian Broner versus Blair Cobb. I think the press conferences might be better.
Oh,
than
that
the
press
actual
conference
fight.
is going-
I
it's
said
legendary.
this numerous times. I said Adrian Broner was going to be big time.
Oh, yeah, I
But
never saw that.
unfortunately, again, mentally, physically, he has it upstairs.
No, you got a twin brother.
I knew that.
Yeah.
That's great, useful news, Jim.
Yeah.
But listen.
He had to fight him. He had to
Listen,
fight him.
Now, who was the, now his career changed after the Madonna fight, right? And what did we know about Madonna? He got caught using loaded gloves. That's why I'm so upset about these guys cheating. We could have seen a great AB, but do we know if his gloves were loaded when he
you
fought
say
AB?
something positive
No, I'm
about
just
one Mexican?
Man, listen, what are we talking about? David Benavidez, the
Loaded
Mexican
gloves.
monster. You just spent 10 minutes
Taco
ripping on him.
roll?
Listen, the point is, Jim, Jim, you didn't throw me off. The point is, what were we even talking about, Claudia?
But Adrian Broner.
Adrian Broner and Blair Cobbs. I think it'll be a good fight, but AB's lost it. He can't pull the trigger. I think Blair Cobbs can pull the upset.
AB can pull the trigger.
In the ring, pulling a legal trigger. How about that?
Thoughts on the fight? Thoughts on the fight?
I tell you what, man, it's the best thing for boxing. These guys
Best
can
thing.
both sell
It
a
is,
fight.
it's not the
Yeah.
best thing,
The best
but
thing
it's
for
good.
boxing.
But you know it's gonna, and I know you don't like it, but they're gonna get personal. They start with swear
Yeah.
words and all that kind of. Do you like that?
It could be like Muhammad Ali and his brother when they went after Joe Frazier that time in the
But-
studio.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you now that
I
I know
remember that.
Bruno got a twin.
When
they
Frazier
made
got up, he said,
yeah,
"Sit down,
yeah,
Joe."
yeah.
Have you ever seen his twin and him in the same room together,
They
Jim?
look exactly alike.
You seen them together?
I've some of them
He's
fights.
he's
Some of them
another-
fights, I think that Bruno looked bad, and I think it was
That
his
was him.
twin.
That was his brother. Remember
You know,
WWF,
another
the
Ohio
Hebner
fighter?
brothers?
Yeah.
Isn't he another Ohio fighter, Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez will defend his WBO super lightweight title against Steve Claggett.
Tio, you know, he was hot for a while. He's another one, man. Just wait. Why is he fighting these guys? 140 is hot. There's Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. There's all these guys.
You don't think it's
Pitbull
smart?
Cruz. No.
I do.
I mean, he's looking for big money fights, but he's fighting C-level competition. You can't do that.
Maybe they know deep down that
Well-
they talk a good game, but behind the scenes,
Well,
you ain't beating him.
we know Sander Martin got robbed when he beat Teofimo, and I think
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think Jermaine
That-
Ortiz beat him. But
Okay,
I'm just saying,
right,
you can't be
right.
complaining about your paycheck when you're
But
fighting
that's a
these
show.
guys.
That's a show. I think his management team, just like Canelo, they know
It's a
that he ain't
disgrace
going
for
to
him
beat
fighting this guy.
Benavidez. I
It's a
really do believe
disgrace.
that.
It's a disgrace for him fighting Claggett when all these other guys. There's so much
But maybe
talent
they
at
know we'd
140.
rather have a small piece of a watermelon than a big piece of a lemon, right? They know that let's fight this guy and beat him, make some money, instead of fighting a bigger fight and get demolished. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think?
Well, I think that, again, I don't know. Lopez usually needs a challenge, or sometimes he don't look good, and sometimes
That's a
he
good
might
point.
get.
Are you saying he fights his opponent?
Yeah, he does.
Fights to the
He
level of his opponent, huh?
Rise to the level of his opponent.
Who
But,
did he really rise to other than Loma?
Pardon me?
He rose, okay, he fought Loma, and Loma had a busted shoulder that whole
And
fight
he
and
fought to
almost
Josh
lost.
Taylor. Was that Josh Taylor?
Josh Taylor,
Yeah.
when,
Beat
you
him
know,
up.
beat
You-
up.
you had him- you had
not
Josh
at that,
Taylor
not when he
winning.
fought him.
You
Not
had
when he
Josh
fought him.
Taylor winning. I made money on Lopez because I knew Josh
If
Taylor was
let's say
involved.
Lopez beats Claggett, which he will, what would you want him to do next?
Really, I could care less about Lopez because he don't move the dial. But
Not the
at
pay-per-view
140
dial, but the TV dial, the
I don't
cable
think
No,
I
dial.
don't
he's
think
not
he
moving.
does
I don't
that
think he
either.
does that either,
Yeah, I don't
Claudio.
think he does.
I mean, I think he blew
could
it.
have.
Is there a difference?
They used to put
Pay-per-view
him.
and
Yeah,
Remember,
he never had the
You know what I'm saying?
charisma. He
no,
never
remember
had
they
the
used to put him on after the Heisman. They would be the Heisman
Oh,
Trophy,
yeah.
then a Teofimo
Oh, that's
Lopez.
right.
So his
then
numbers
he'd
were
do that
huge,
backflip,
and then he do
yeah.
a backflip. So they set him up for success. But now that it's just him, it's not a lot of hype
gotta
because he's
get
fighting
more
these C-level
active.
guys.
Yeah, he got to get more active.
That is a
man.
good point about the Heisman.
Yeah, I mean,
But
everyone,
see,
when
does he
you
have
come
it-
on right after the Heisman, already there's eyeballs already.
Yeah.
on
I think
him.
whenever
And he
people act,
capitalized on
whenever
it.
like
Was
Garcia
that on
does,
regular TV? We always push for regular TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I mean
eyes on
they
it.
set him up, and he's not taking advantage of it. He got to step up his
Yeah,
competition.
Ryan Garcia, a lot of physical talent. Teofimo Lopez, a lot of physical talent. But will they go to that next level? And how do you get to the next level, physical and upstairs? You think he can do it?
Teofimo?
Yeah.
No, I don't think mentally he's strong enough, and he showed too many flaws. And I think,
Oh, he does. Show some flaws.
I think he hasn't moved. He has so much athletic talent. I don't think he's getting the training. I think he needs to move
Let's
away
not
from his
go
dad.
overboard.
I don't think he has it mentally.
I'm with you.
Well, he
Move
don't-
his dad out.
He don't have the talent Garcia has. None of these guys do. That's like saying that somebody had the talent of Sugar Ray Leonard. They didn't. But
You said
Garcia
it.
got the yellow
You
streak
said
down
it.
the middle of his back.
Maybe that's
Garcia-
why he talks so much, to show that bravado, when in fact maybe he's trying to fool himself and others.
Well, he sure did put a beating on Haney. He knew
With
he could beat
a
Haney.
PED
But the
enhanced.
talent, he got talent, and there's only been maybe one Tank Davis
And he
in
quit.
the history of
Did he
boxing.
quit? Did he quit that fight?
Yeah, that's
So-
what I said.
so
He got a yellow
hard
streak down his back.
and cheating.
But there's only one Tank Davis. There ain't nobody else that's gonna hit him like Tank hit him.
There's some others. I take Frank Martin over him. I take
Frank
So
Martin.
real quick,
I
who do
take
you, who
Frank
do you
Martin,
like?
I take Teofimo
Let's say
Lopez
Teo,
over him. I
Teo
take a couple
beats
guys I
Claggett.
take
Who do you want him to fight next?
I want him to fight Pitbull. I'd like to see him and Pitbull get it on.
Who do you like? I'm going with Teo.
T.O. can be Pitbull.
I don't know. I think I might. It depends. I think I might take.
If he
Pitbull.
comes
I
in
think I
right-
might take Pitbull. I think I might take Pitbull.
think
Pitbull.
But what did I
Just
say
like
before?
said.
When you start that,
But
if he
both
comes
of y'all
in right,
had Rolly, and I told you Pitbull would knock him out. I predicted a knockout.
Yeah,
there.
Rolly. Listen, I just
You were
thought
wrong.
I just thought
You're
Pitbull
wrong.
moving up might
You're
struggle
wrong.
with that
Yeah,
weight,
you're wrong.
but he brought it and
Yeah,
Rolly.
you're wrong. Just say
I
you're
was wrong.
Yeah, okay.
I was wrong. I followed you. I finally tried to be like you, Jim, and got one wrong. You're right.
all right. As always, we hope you enjoy our show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Boxing Authorities.